Giving all praise to Yahweh Shem Shai Shem Kodash. Shalom to the hopeful elect out there. Anyway, I'm going to entitle this video, Trust in the Lord and He Will Guide You. So you see, I got this precept right here up. I'm going to start from the 70th verse and read down. This is 2nd Ezra's chapter 16, verse 70 on down. The key points that I want is these two verses right here. So I was watching the video just now. It's still live, and quite a few people are watching. There's 135, 133 right now, and it says, "What are we as Hebrew Israelites supposed to do when shit hits the fan?" Because I noticed that you have a lot of people that are now, they see the prophecies. They see that what we've been saying for years is actually coming to pass. A lot of people that didn't see the mark or the charagma or the MOTB, they can now see it because it's out there being implemented through the CBDC around the world. So people are saying, oh shit, this shit is real. This devil gonna do some things. And what the hell am I gonna do? Well, the ones of you that worry are the ones of you that took this truth lightly, that you didn't get in the truth. You know, you didn't go out on the highways and the byways, or, you know, you were wishy-washy about this thing. So that's exactly what the young elder was talking about. You go to your various videos, and people are randomly putting in comments. Well, what do we do? What do we take it? What are we going to do? Like I said, if you're one of the elect, don't worry about it. Anyway, what I did was I lined up a handful of precepts. So I'm gonna mostly be going into precepts, and I'll go, I'll be rapid fire about it. But anyway, let me read this. And now we fully understand what 2nd Ezra 15 and 2nd Ezra 16 is talking about. We knew what it was talking about because back well, not too many things were happening. You're saying to yourself that people are going to be starving and there's no food in America. So you're saying, how can that be? This is a big place. Well, because it's happening behind the scenes. They're making it happen with all these different events that are going on. They're making this thing happen. So this situation that we're going to suffer is by design. And the average person, we see it. We see what's going on. We watch the news. We watch the alternative news media. The average person, they don't know what's going on. When something happens that we know what's really going on behind the scenes, they just said, oh, this happened. Oh, a bridge went down. Oh, a train derailed. Oh, a meat producing company caught on fire. Plane hit this, that, and it. They can't put these pieces, these clues together. We put all these clues together, man. The scriptures speak about being circumspect. The word circumspect is two words: circum meaning around, and spect mean to see, look all around. Look, if you watch the news, something happens, it's out of the ordinary. You should say to yourself, your spiritual antennas should go up as to what is going on. So let me read this. And like I said, people they kind of listen to us being entertained by it, but not really taking a stand. So they figure they're not going to know what to do. Well, if you're not, especially when it comes to the charagma, like I said, there's going to be a major shakeup with the charagma, with the MOTB, because now you see it. You're going to see that breaking news. You're going to hear whether it's Trump or Biden or whoever, you're gonna hear breaking news that everybody's got to deal with and that's after the CBDC is set up, which a couple of days are going to officially roll it out. I say it'll take some months. I say we got 3 to 6 months before they, you know, they completely change the money system. But it's going to start. There's going to be what happened with the Crown Vicky. I remember going into certain stores like Targets. You would have to wait on a long line, had the mask on. I would go in there, certain Edomites are going without a mask on, and Jake wouldn't say nothing. But Jake couldn't do it. As a matter of fact, some people were getting their asses whipped for not wearing a mask. You got some of our people still wearing a mask, and the wearing of the mask is officially, you know, done away with by the so-called president back on May 1st. He said it sometime in April. He said that beginning at May, we will no longer be under the mask and all that. But you still got people. Here it is, almost July, a couple of days. But you got today's the 28th, 30, 31. You got 3 days before the 1st of July. And guess what? You still gonna have people wearing that mask, worrying about this thing. So our eyes are open to it, man. When people came up and said, "Do we have to take that thing?" I said, "No, I wouldn't take it." Now, if you go ahead and take it, that's on you. But no, you shouldn't take it. So let me just read this. It says, this is 2nd Ezra 16, verse 70. For there shall be in every place in the next cities a great insurrection upon those that fear the Lord. So who truly fear the Lord? The men that know that the Israelites that are out there on the highways and byways, and the Israelites that know that they're Israelites. So their job is to demonize us because we truly fear the Lord. It says 71, they shall be like madmen, sparing none, but still spoiling and destroying those that fear the Lord. It ain't talking about some church person. It's because they don't fear the Lord. They fear some demon. They fear Edomite named Caesar Borgia. They fear a white God. So those that fear the Lord is Yahweh. So it should be those that fear Yahweh. Who are the ones that fear Yahweh? The Israelites that woke up to the fact that they were Israelites. And they're doing the work. For they shall waste and take away their what? Their goods, and cast them out of their houses. So, I can already see when the charagma comes in, when they make that thing mandatory, it says you're not going to be able, 17 verse, Revelation 13:17, you're not going to be able to buy and sell. That means make any transactions with money. So that's talking about your rent. How you going to pay rent if you ain't got the charagma? How you going to buy food if you ain't got the charagma? How you going to buy clothes if you ain't got the charagma? How you going to go to work if you ain't got the charagma? How you going to go into a hospital in an emergency if you ain't got the charagma? Remember, with this lockdown, there were certain people that couldn't go to stores unless they had a card, and they took the test and this, that, and the third. So it's going to be the same, pretty much the same way. That was pretty much a dry run. But this time, they're going to be dead serious about it. And then the scriptures even say some of us will be put to death. So are you ready to be put to death? Get your head chopped off. Pursuant to Revelation 20, verse 4. It says, 73rd verse, Then shall they be known who are my chosen, who are the elect, who are the prophets, who are the elect of the Most High. And they shall be tried, tested. That's Revelation 3, verse 10. The time of testing as the gold in the fire. So some of you that know that you're Israelites, been out on the highways and the byways, when they implement that charagma, the MOTB, you're gonna kind of say, no, I'm not gonna take it. Some of y'all just gonna leave. I ain't gonna starve. I ain't gonna starve for you niggas. Some of y'all are gonna say you're not gonna take it, but your woman and your woman gonna have your children take it, and you're gonna relent and say, let me go ahead and take it. So, this is a major test, and that's part of Jacob's trouble. It said, hear, O ye my beloved. Who are the beloved? The chosen, the elect. Say, if Yahweh, behold, the days of trouble are at hand. Now it says beloved, right? Now it said, I believe it's in Daniel chapter 10. We went through it a couple of weeks ago, where the angel told Daniel that you are well beloved of the Most High. So if Daniel was well beloved of the Most High, and we're doing this work in sincerity, aren't we not beloved of the Most High? Aren't we not special to the Most High? It says, hear, O ye beloved, saith Yahweh, behold, the days of trouble are at hand, but I will what? The days of trouble. Trouble for who? Jacob. The days of trouble, or the days of Jacob's trouble, are at hand, but I will deliver you from the same. What does it say in Daniel chapter 12, the first couple of verses? It says that Michael's going to save you, which means Yahushua and the angels, the second in command behind Yahushua is Michael the archangel. Be not afraid, neither doubt, for the Most High is your what? Is your guide. And the guide of them who keep my commandments and precepts, which is the scriptures, saith Yahweh, the Most High. Let not your sins weigh you down, and let not your iniquities lift up themselves. So you got to walk on the straight and narrow. Now the sister, I believe she's from Philadelphia. She had the heavy Philadelphia accent. She said to get your house in order. She said, what I mean by that is get your soul in order, get your spirit in order. And then she said that everything, now I don't know if she had a dream, but that's a scenario. I don't know if she's an angel posing as, I don't know what the spirit or whatever. I heard it from one brother, the next brother did a video, I did it. When I say brothers, I say elders, teachers. So I'm not going to say, well, she's just making it up, or, you can see the conviction in the way she was speaking. She was dead serious about it. And she broke it down like she had a script, like this Most High gave her a script and said, learn, perfect that script and tell the people. Because what did she say? The part when she said, get your house in order, that's this precept that I'm reading right now. Let not your sins weigh you down. She said, so when she said, get your house, what I mean by get your house in order, get your soul in order, get your spirit in order. And then she said, there's going to be a major outage, blackout. And when the lights come back on and you go out to go shopping, it's going to be a whole different world. But we'll see how it plays out. We're not going to say, well, it's going to happen because she said it, but that's just a scenario. Something's going to happen where there's going to be a complete change of world, where if you want to buy and sell, if you want to hop on a plane, if you want to put gas in your car, if you want to do any of these things, ultimately you're going to have that charagma inside of you, which is biometrics, as I've said in the past. Look up biometrics. It says 77, woe be unto them that are bound with their sins and covered with their iniquities, like a field is covered over with brush, and the path thereof covered with thorns, that no man may travel through. It is left undressed and is cast into the fire to be consumed therewith. That's talking about you guys that came into this truth and you went back into the world. You're gonna be cast into the fire. That fire is that nuclear fire. So now I'm gonna go into these precepts. Try to read them rapid, quick, fast. I got a bunch of them too. Okay, Isaiah 41 and 10. Where's the blue letter at? Hey, Scooby. And you can read a couple of verses above and a couple of verses below. It says, fear thou not, for I am with thee. Be not dismayed, for I am thy power. I will strengthen thee. Yeah, I will help thee. Yeah, I will hold thee with the right hand of my righteousness. Proverbs 3, verse 5 pretty much says, trust in the Lord and lean not upon thine own understanding. We should know this. Romans, that was Proverbs 3, verse 5 and 6. Romans 8 and 28. And we know that all things work together for good to them that love the Most High. Yahweh Bashim Shai. To them who are the called, who are the called. Many are called, but few are chosen. In order for you to be chosen, you have to be called first. And when you call and you stay in this thing, you become the chosen. According to his what? Purpose. To them who are called. And we know that all things work together for good to them that love Yahweh, to do to them who are called according to his purpose. Let me read the 29th verse. For whom he did foreknow, he also did predestinate to be confirmed to the image of his son, that he might be the firstborn among many brethren. So the firstborn among many brethren are the Lord. So we are to be likened unto the Lord. He said, the things that I do, you shall do in greater. Paul said in Romans 8, which is the same chapter, it said that we are joint heirs. First Maccabees 2, verse 61. So the ones of you that fell off, the ones of you that are, this is entertainment for you. Wait a minute. I went to the wrong. They don't deal with the Apocrypha. And when you come to this book here, King James Bible Online.org, you can, what was I going to say? Oh, wherever precept you go to, you always have the context. So you can read it in context, see? So you can read it in context, which I'm not going to read in context. I'm going to read the verse. And thus consider ye throughout all ages that none that put their trust in him shall be what? Overcome. Joshua 1, verse 9. Have not I commanded thee? Be strong and of a good courage. Be not afraid, neither be thou dismayed. For Yahweh, the Most High, thy power is with thee whithersoever thou goest. If we're doing his will, the Most High's got to be with us. Now, the apostles 2,000 years ago, they trusted in the Most High, and they were all put to death by the Roman authorities, by Herod and the Roman authorities. The only one that survived was John, and he survived for a reason, so he can get those visions to give to the seven churches in Asia Minor. And what was the first thing that was given to the seven churches? The first chapter was an introduction. The second and the third chapter was a curse out. Because he said, you're doing this right, you're doing that right, but you're doing this wrong. If you keep doing this wrong and you don't change that, I'm going to fight against you. I'm going to pull your candle out. I'm going to put your lights out. So every day you're supposed to be thinking about this truth one way or another. These precepts are not in any real particular order. So the key to getting out of here is if you're one of the elect, one of the chosen, and to confirm that you may very well be one of the chosen is to give diligence. The Apostle Paul said that, and the Apostle Peter said that. He said, if you are diligent to this work, then you could be sure that you are one of the elect. I'm saying it in my words. That's Second Peter, 1 verse 10, if I'm not mistaken. It says here in St. John 16:33, these things I have spoken unto you, that in me ye might have peace. In the world ye shall have what? Tribulations. The great tribulation is coming, which is the time of Jacob's trouble. But be of good cheer, I have overcome the world. The book of James. James, a servant of the Most High and the Lord Yahweh Shai HaMashiach, to the 12 tribes which are scattered abroad, greetings. So we've been talking about all nations. My brethren, count it all joy when ye shall fall into diverse what? Temptations, knowing this, that the trying or the testing of your faith worketh patience. But let patience have a perfect work, that ye may be perfect and entire, wanting nothing. If any of you lack wisdom, let him ask of the Most High, that giveth to all men liberally, and upbraideth not, and it shall be given him. Now, you can go on. This whole chapter is good. This whole chapter is good. This is a faith builder, testing your faith. Ecclesiasticus, we're back in the Apocrypha. Believe in him, and he will help thee order thy way aright, and trust in him. So you're gonna get a lot of people coming on the comment board and say, "What are we gonna do now? I don't know how I'm gonna eat." You need to trust in the Lord. That's what you need to do. But you need to be diligent in this work. Like I said, a lot of y'all out there watch the videos to get entertained. Next precept, Psalms 37, verse 5. Commit thy way unto Yahweh, trust also in him, and he shall bring it to pass. Right, it says, delight in the Lord, and he shall give you the desire of your heart. Our desire is to be delivered. We want this thing to happen. It can't happen fast enough. We want it to happen. Deuteronomy 31, verse 6. And you can start from the top if you want. Be strong and of a good courage. Fear not, nor be afraid of them. For Yahweh, the Most High, he it is that doeth go with thee. He will not fail thee, nor forsake thee. Let me read the 7th verse of the same chapter in Deuteronomy. And Moses or Mashah called Yahushai or Joshua and said unto him in the sight of all Yasha'Allah, be strong and of a good courage, for thou must go with this people unto the land which the Lord Yahweh has sworn unto their fathers to give them, and thou shalt cause them to inherit it. So what happened to Moses? He was told he ain't gonna see the land. Moses' last counsel. And this is a hell of a chapter right here. Let me read this. Israel will fall away. Deuteronomy 31 and 14. And Yahweh said unto Mashah, but Moses, behold, the days approach that thou must die. So he wasn't going to see the promised land. Call Joshua and present yourself in the tabernacle of the congregation, that I may give him a charge. And Moses and Joshua went and presented themselves in the tabernacle of the congregation. And Yahweh appeared in the tabernacle in a pillar of a cloud, and the pillar of cloud stood over the door of the tabernacle. And Yahweh said unto Moses, behold, thou shalt sleep with thy fathers, and this people will rise up and go a whoring after the gods of the strangers and of the land, whither they go to be among them, and will forsake me and break my covenant which I have made with them. So you got Jakes in the Black conscious community. All those Jakes that are doing their own thing, that's bucking up against this truth. When that charagma comes, they're gonna take it. See, that's the game changer right there. All this shit you talking, all this stuff that you believe in, all these debates you want to have proving us wrong. Well, the test is going to come when you're going to have to take that carragement. You're going to take it, and you're going to take it. And then once you take it, you're destroyed. This is a good chapter right here. Deuteronomy 31, Deuteronomy 28, Deuteronomy 29, Deuteronomy 30, Deuteronomy 31. A lot of information. A lot of information. Give you a couple more precepts. Psalms 118 and 8. Psalms 118 and 8. It is better to trust in Yahweh than to put confidence in man. You got a lot of people that go to these various different Israelite camps and congregations, and they'll see the head guy or the leadership, and whatever these guys say, they just blindly go with it. You can't be that way. We tell you that about us. Everything that we teach you, you check it. You go into the scriptures. Jeremiah 17 and 5. Thus saith Yahweh, cursed be the man that trusteth in man and maketh flesh his arm, and whose heart or mind departeth from the Lord. And that's what happened. That's what's happening with a lot of these guys that take the role of being leaders of different camps. You gotta go by what the scriptures are saying. You can't read some of what like this part of the scripture. I'm not going to use that part. No, that doesn't mean that. You can't just you can't open up the scriptures, read the scriptures, and then add and take away from the scriptures. Now, if you didn't know better, that's one thing. But there's somebody will tell you, look, you going off on that, and then it's up to you not to just say, oh well, because you say it, I'm gonna say what you say. You go and you check it for yourself. Be like the church of Berea. Back in the Apocrypha. Second Maccabees 3 verse 22. They then call upon the Almighty Lord power Yahweh to keep the thing committed of trust safe and sure for those that had committed them. In other words, you do the right thing, you do the will of the Most High is going to be with you. Read the 23rd Psalms, and I think I got that on the list. There's Psalms 23. This is a short psalm, right? This is a psalm of David, as you can see. Psalms 23 and 1, a psalm of David, Dawayad, which means beloved, because he's beloved of the Lord. Yahweh is my shepherd, I shall not want. He maketh me to lie down in green pastures. He leadeth me beside the still waters. He restoreth my soul. He leadeth me in the paths of righteousness for his name's sake. Yahweh Bashem Shai Bashem Rakakwadash. America is a low land morally, because Babylon has mountains, but morally it's a low land. Spiritually, it's a low land. It says, "Yeah, though I walk through the valley, the lowland of the shadow of death." Like when you're walking down the street, your shadow is right there. So you're walking, you're getting up, you're going to work, you're getting on the bus, you're getting on the train, and death is like a shadow to you. Now, what does it say in Deuteronomy 28 chapter? In the morning thou shalt say, "Would to the Father it be evening," and in the evening shalt thou say, "Would to the Father it be morning." And Jake gets killed left and right. It says, "I will fear no evil, for thou art with me, thy rod and thy staff, they comfort me." So what is the rod and thy staff talking about? It's right now, it's talking about the scriptures. The scriptures, Ephesians 6 speak about the whole armor of the Most High. Do everything based upon the scriptures. Your warfare is a spiritual warfare. "Thou preparest a table before me in the presence of my enemies. Thou anointest my head with oil, my cup runneth over. Thou preparest a table." Now this goes into eating, but what does it mean? It means eating the word. It means eating the word. Because if you're not eating the word, you're gonna vomit up that nonsense that you took in. It speaks about tables being full of vomit. Let me get that real quick. It's either it's I think it's MIT. MIT. 8, Isaiah 28, verse 8. "For all tables are full of" what? "Vomit and filthiness, so that there is no place clean." So you got guys teaching, well, Edomites can make it, and there's no such thing as UFOs. They're not the angels, and the women could be teachers, or we're Kemetic. We go back to the ancient ancestors. That's vomit right there. So the table that David sat down in front of is the same table that we're sitting down in front of, which is the table to learn the scriptures. Because when you deal with your web, right, everything is on the web. We hardly even open up the pages of the scriptures. We go to the web, right? Well, guess what? On your personal computer, right? Your PC, ain't it sitting up on the table? Hey, your phone is a tablet. You got tablets. Apostle Gabar got a tablet, and he read the scripture. Let me let it come up. You reading at a tablet. So that's a modern day tablet. The laws are written on tablets of stone. And them phones, the power of the phone come from a lithium battery, which the word lithium, what is it? How do you say it? Lithium means stone. That's what it means. Your phone will not work without lithium in it, without stone in it. So guess what? It's a tablet partially made of stone. Your phone will not, your smartphone will not work without that lithium battery, which is a stone. Oh, this is a beautiful one. First Peter 2, verse 22, you can start from 20. But it has happened unto them, according to the true proverb, the dog is turned to his vomit again, and the sow that was washed to her wallowing in the mire. You have a lot of people coming to this truth, and then when they become disenchanted, a lot of times they'll run to Vocab Malone and talk bad about the congregation that they were a part of. That's why you got to be careful as to who you let in. We know that some were let in unawares. Second Maccabees 8, verse 18. For they said, he, trust in their weapons and boldness. But our confidence is in the Almighty, who at a beck, meaning a beck and call, at a quick call, can cast down both them that come against us and also all the world. So Esau, this is his last stand. This is his final curtain call. So he's gonna come like a madman, sparing none. But who's gonna be delivered? The elect. Precept this came to mind. Isaiah 65, which I had it on the list, not in this order. Isaiah 65. I'm gonna start from. I'll start from the 9th verse. This is another one you should read the whole chapter. It says a rebellious people. They're rebellious to this as it is this day. Now the phrase as it is this day comes up a bunch of times. According as it is written, unto this day. Oh, Deuteronomy 29:28. Let me open that up. And Yahweh rooted them out of their land in anger and in wrath and in great indignation and cast them into another land as it is this day. So what's that other land? Now those words, and the apocrypha, the word is Asirith, which is two Hebrew words, which means another day. What is it? Asarat. Matter of fact, let me click on it. Akar Aratazar, which is Aharath. Aharath, and even small hat scholars will tell you there's articles on it that in the book of the Apocrypha in Second Ezra's chapter 13, verse 40, when it speaks about going into another land. Well, this is the fulfillment of it. And the land was called another land. Akar Aharatazah. That's here in America, the uttermost west. And when we got over here, the tribes were already over here in North, Central, and South America, including Canada. Like I said in previous videos, you had these Edomite Christian evangelists and scholars. They all said the same, pretty much the same thing. He said, people right here, Israelites. These people that we're encountering, these are the Israelites. And we can go back as far as the 1500s, 1600s, 1700s, even up into the 1800s. But they stopped doing that because they're not going to do it now, because we're saying that they're the people and we're related to them people. So they know the truth. I went off into something else, but 9 verse, Isaiah 65 and 9. And I will bring forth a seed out of Jacob and out of Yahweh, or Yaquab and Yahweh, and inheritor of my mountain, my kingdom, and mine elect shall inherit it. Ultimately, all the 12 tribes, and my servants shall dwell there. The servants of the Most High are the Israelites. This is getting ready to happen. And Sharon shall be a fold of flocks, and the valley of Achor a place of the herbs to lie down in for my people that have sought me. The people that sought the Most High are the elect of Israel, not all Israel. So he's not going to do what he did during the time of Moses and bring all Israel into the wilderness so he can get mad and kill them off, kill off that first generation. He's going to save the ones that are right, the elect, and he's going to change them and he's going to make them perfect. So we are going to be gods. We're going to go back to being gods again. It said, but ye are they that forsake Yahweh. So don't worry about them. You go to church, you tell them about it, they can't see it. Tell them, show them something else. You can see after about 5 minutes, they ain't with this. So what you do is you close up shop and you move on. Shake off the dust of your feet. But ye are they that forsake Yahweh, that forget my holy mountain. Yeah, because y'all talking about going back to Africa. That prepared table for that troop and that furnace, the drink offering unto that number, meaning you ready to sit down and negotiate with this man. It says, let me find this. See if I got another tab with the blue letter on it. Let me bring this over here. It's either Isaiah 30 or Isaiah 31, if I'm not mistaken. Let's see. Yep. Isaiah 30 and verse 1. Woe to the rebellious children, the wicked Israelites, say of Yahweh, that take counsel, but not of me. That's why you people are nervous. What are we going to do? This shit is really going to happen. What are we going to do? Well, if you in this truth and you diligent in this truth and you studied not being entertained by it, then you're going to know what to do. Like it was a sister, I believe somebody said, well, because I did a video on the CBDC system where the paper cash is going to be done away with. So I believe it was a sister, could be wrong, said that means we can't take that, right? I said, nope. I said, you can take that. You have no choice. When you stop taking this man's money and when you out of his system, so to speak, is when he says you got to put this thing in your body. And they're gonna have all the celebrities and the politicians. They all gonna make it beautiful, and people are gonna want to do this. But the secrets, the Most High gave you the secrets, which is in the scriptures. It says, "Woe to the rebellious children, saith the Lord, that take counsel, but not of me, and that cover with a covering, but not of my spirit, that they may add sin unto sin." Because the more you against the Most High, the more you add sin unto yourself. The more angry the Most High would get with you. That walk to go down into Egypt. Now, now a lot of these jakes, the whole thing now is go back to Africa. You had them sisters go out there, I believe it was Ghana, to that castle where they had slaves and stuff, and they were twerking into the ancestors. That's why there's an article I was reading earlier. I put in the least dated woman, the least woman, how did I put it? The least woman that is dated, I forget how I put it together, that dated, that people date in America. And you know what they said? The black woman. They said the black woman by far. She's the least dateable woman in America. Nobody want to go on a date with them. Nobody want to take them to the movies. It's the black woman. If you go to Google, the article will jump up. So, that stunt that they pulled when they went over to Africa, they went to this castle where the slavery was involved, and here they are twerking to the ancestors because they believe they're Africans, because you got a lot of them going back to Africa. A lot of you stay here and teach that African bullshit. So like I said, you're going to take, and then, oh, well, I'm in Africa. I don't got to worry about taking the Charagma. Guess what? The Charagma going to be there to meet you. It says that walk to go down to Egypt and have not asked of my mouth to strengthen themselves in the strength of Pharaoh and to trust in the shadow of Egypt. So the shadow of Egypt is not actually Egypt. It's the shadow. You put in the shadow. What you do is your house, you put relics of Egyptian gods and so forth in your house. So that's a shadow of Egypt. Because when you see those relics and those statues and head figures, you think about Egypt. Go around saying Hotep. You're supposed to go around saying Shalom. Therefore shall the strength of Pharaoh be to your what? Your shame. And it's also talking about the spiritual Egypt, Sodom and Egypt, and the trust in the shadow of Egypt, the new Egypt, to your confusion. So the ones of you that are all nervous about what's ready to, happen and what are you to do, you got to take this thing serious. Because maybe you're just an individual that knows you're an Israelite, but you may not be one of the elect. And that means you have, what did the Apostle Paul say? He said, knowing the terrors of the Heavenly Father, we thereby persuade men. Because you have a fear for the Most High, that the Most High can destroy you. So how can we be destroyed if we're doing the right thing? Anyway, with that, I had a bunch more precepts. You know what I'm gonna do? Let me just read them off. Wisdom of Solomon, 3 verse 9, Psalm 56 and 3, Isaiah 33 and 6. Oh, that's a good one. Let me go to that one. Because now this video is getting kind of long. And wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times in the time of testing, the strength of salvation, the fear of Yahweh is his treasure. And wisdom and knowledge, knowing what to do, shall be the what? Stability of thy times. Jacob's trouble, you're gonna know what to do. You look up the word stability. It's going to keep you from going crazy, wondering what to do. I ain't going to let my kids starve. I got to go get that chip. So the word there is amawana. Amawana. And now it says it's a feminine noun. The ha at the end, the suffix makes it feminine. So the root would be, so it's ama, amana, amana, amawana is amawan. So if you had the brother that's doing the video, his name is that I showed you in the beginning of the video. His name is Amawan Gabar, and it means to be a stable warrior. Gabar means warrior, faithfulness, truth, faithfulness, office. You have an office, faithful, faith, stability, steady, truly, verily, firmness, fidelity, steadfastness, steadiness. So what's going to keep you from not bugging out is the fact that you know this truth. What does it say in Habakkuk chapter 2, the first 2-3 verses? It speaks about the prophecies. Though it seems like it's tarry, wait for it shall not tarry, it shall surely come. So, and I remember when High Priest Ariel said that back in the early 80s, mid 80s, he said, he read that scripture and he said, ain't nothing happening now. But when this prophecy is fulfilled, you don't got to ask nobody if this prophecy is being fulfilled. You're going to know when it's being fulfilled. Well, guess what? It's being fulfilled. But that was what, 85, whatever, 84, 85, 86, 85. We're talking about over 30 years ago. We're talking like 35, 36 years ago. 35 some odd years ago. So 30 plus years later, now everything's coming to pass. Oh, Psalms 91. He that dwelleth in the secret place of the Most High shall abide under the what? Shadow of the Almighty. I will say unto Yahweh, he is my what? My refuge and my fortress. What is a fortress? It's a military, a fortress is a matter of fact, I'm gonna go into some of these words. Look up the word fortress. Okay, so the word is matazawad. Matazawad. Stronghold. Like like you have a military, you have like a kingdom, like in the ancient world, going into another city, you would have to go inside of the gates. There was a wall around it. outside of that wall was no man's land. So you can kill somebody, you're not under anybody's jurisdiction. So this truth is like a fortress to us, to the ones of you that are diligent and truly believe. I will say unto Yahweh, he is my what? My refuge and my fortress, my power, and in him will I trust. So I'm not worried about it. I want these things to come to pass. I ain't worrying about them ready to come into pass. I want them to come to pass. If anybody should be worrying, it is the 2/3. These are the nations that have heard us. The only ones that's really truly worried is Esau. You notice how many times Esau be coming up to different camps, and they'll come with the same, but what about the Gentiles, but the heathens, the Greeks, and then they wound up walking home sad. They watch the videos. Oh, I know where these guys are at. It's right up the street from that McDonald's, and there's a pizza shop over there. There's a car dealer shop over there, and that's in such and such a street off of such and such a lane. I'm going down there. I'm gonna get my precepts together. Then they come down, and then they get a spiritual beat down. And this is how the Most High set it up that way. That's why he said to go out on the highways and the byways, push this word out. Well, guess what? You know what? I got a bunch of precepts here. I'm not going to read all of them. I forgot about Isaiah. So if you are one of the elect, if you're diligent, make your call and election sure, give diligence. If you understand these scriptures, if you're a teacher, you're at the camp every week, you're doing the sit downs, you're constantly thinking about this truth every day. Everything that you do in life filters through the scriptures, man. You see a white person, oh, that's an Edomite. See somebody, oh, that's a Jake. Oh, that's a Moabite. You go to the supermarket. A lot of times we'll get something from the supermarket or go to get supplement pills. We got to get glasses and look at the back to see if the caps are vegetarian or a pig. So you just can't eat anything, man. Somebody invite you to the house to eat, you got to ask them. Well, you don't want to be at anybody's house because you got to ask them what meat is this and what grease did you cook this meat in. Oh, it's beef. Yeah, but you could have cooked it in fucking lard. So everything that you do, being in Israel, everything that you see is filtered through you, which is filtered through the scriptures. Let's go with the 11th verse. Isaiah 65 and 11, I'm going to close. It said, but ye are they that forsake Yahweh, that forget my holy mountain. That's also in Galatians 4, I believe. That I believe that's 26th verse. That prepare a table for that troop, and that furnish the drink offerings onto that number. So you ready to negotiate with this man's system. Hey, all these Jakes that make it in the entertainment world, the hip hop world, this R&B world, the acting world, the sports world, the boxing world, all of them got to sell out, man. All of them got to take an oath to the spiritual demon Satan. They got to take an oath to this man. They got to bend over too, and then they got to wear a dress. And Dave Chappelle was big at one time, and then all of a sudden, he was out he was out the scene for a number of years, right? And now he's slowly coming back in. Because what did he do? You ask yourself, what did he do? It said, therefore will I number you to the sword, and ye shall all bow down to the slaughter, because when I called, now how did the Most High call you? Through us. Ye did not answer, and when I spoke, ye did not hear, but did evil before mine eyes, and did choose that wherein I delighted not. Therefore, thus saith the Most High, behold, my servants shall eat. Who's the servants? The elect. And the servants or the elect, your family is part of that household. When I say your family, if you have children living in your household, you have your wife living in your household. Let's say your father passed on, your mother's still living, she's in the household, that's a part of your house. So they don't got to be of the elect, but they're the elect anyway, because they're a part of that family. It says, my servant shall eat, but ye shall be hungry. Behold, my servants shall drink, but ye shall be thirsty. Behold, my servants shall rejoice, but ye shall be what? Ashamed. Behold, my servants shall sing for joy of heart, but ye shall cry for sorrow of heart, and shall howl for vexation of spirit. And ye shall leave your name for a curse unto my chosen. So what does that mean? You tell them that the Israelite, they don't want to hear it. Them churches. When the IUIC went to them churches, they were telling them, you are the Israelite. No, we ain't the Israelites. We're Gentiles. And like I said in previous videos, IUIC did not get one. They went to hundreds of churches. They didn't get not one individual from the church, from a church, to say, yep, I'm going to be a part of Israel. So that was all, that all fell. But you know what? You did what you had to do. You're pushing Israel. You're doing the work of the Most High, but you stayed around there too long. You're out there for 2 hours trying to convince them that they're Israelites. I can see in the first 5 minutes, the first 2 minutes, I said, boom, let's pack up, let's be out of here. Oh, don't worry. And then they wanted you off. They said, look, man, we don't want y'all here. This is our church. You on our property. Oh, no, we're not. We're technically on the street. They were telling you they didn't want you around, man. Some of them pulled out knives on you. Some of them took shoes off. You know? You got to do what the scriptures say do. Anyway, with that, I'm going to say shalom.